Now, getting started. Before we go on this journey into graphics design, there are a few things we need to know. As a graphics designer, we need to know our graphics design tools and we need to know some basic concepts of which we'll be explaining. I'll be walking you through on how to install the application to be using. And for this tutorial, we'll be using one of the best design tools available now, which is Adobe Photoshop. So I'll be teaching you how to go ahead with that. Alright, so welcome to Adobe Photoshop. If you followed the group chat before now, I think I must have told you that you have to install Adobe Photoshop CS6 or CC. Well, there's a whole lot about CS6 and CC that makes it very good compared to the other lower versions of CS5, CS4 and thereabout. It's because there are new features that are added to it to make it a design incredible software. Okay, so what you will learn with your Adobe Photoshop and this tutorial in graphics design, a complete look through of Photoshop tools. We're going to be looking through the different Photoshop tools that we have. We'll be showing you what these tools are and what they do, every one of them. We'll be walking you through how everything works. We'll be walking through layers, colors, adjustment layers, layer styles. We'll be teaching you a bit of typography to know how to arrange your elements, how to arrange your text and everything. We'll also be teaching you how to crop and resize images, selections and masking, smart objects, transforming and warp. We'll also be telling you how to retouch images, how to make images, enhance them, make them look beautiful. You have a picture neatly taken, you want to enhance, you want to change it, you want to do everything, the background, everything. We'll be teaching you about that also. Also, we'll be telling you about logo creations. I think logo creation is one of the most lucrative parts of graphics design. You must be able to create a logo. So we'll be teaching you how to create logo, how to create 3D logos also, and all that. Now, finally, we'll be teaching you how to exporting, how to save your file, how to make it clear, exportable for printing, exportable for mobile view, and for publishing. We're going to be teaching you all that also. So, installation. So, when you want to start your journey with Photoshop, Adobe Photoshop, you can do your installation. Let's head straight to our browser. You can type in Adobe Photoshop and officially it will take you to the Adobe Photoshop site where you can get to see the different packages and pricing of the Photoshop and the latest type of Photoshop they have. You can even choose to you can even choose to do download. Basically, you're supposed to buy, right? You're supposed to buy the software. You see buy now. You're supposed to buy the software. But for since we're in Nigeria and we really don't like to buy things a lot, or it's not the pricing for buying is not really accessible to us. We are having buying it at $20.99 per month with the high rate of dollar it is. There are other softwares or there are other sites where you can get Photoshop. You can get Photoshop for free and even cracked. We have a site like Get Into PC. They have nice products of Photoshop. If I go and search for Photoshop, we can see the whole lot of Photoshop. We have Photoshop 2020 plus neutral free, Photoshop, Adobe Photoshop Lightroom Classic, Adobe Photoshop 2022 free version. So we can download any of the latest version depending on your machine that you are using. Your system also matters because your system must have a minimum. Okay, let me click on Adobe Photoshop 2022 and go down, go down, go down, go down to the requirements. It's saying your system is compatible with the 36-bit and system. What are the system requirements? You can use on Windows XP, Vista, Windows 7, Windows 8, Windows 8.1, and Windows 10. You have to have a minimum of 2 gig RAM and a hard disk, well, 3.5, that's a big one, and an Intel dual core from dual core or higher processors. Those are the rate at which, or the things, the system requirements for Photoshop 22. So once you click on download, it takes you to the download link. When you're done downloading and installing, or you can just go to a local shop where maybe a printing press or a computer training institute where they have CorelDRAW installed. You can just ask one of your friends or go to a studio and ask them to install Photoshop for you. Well, you might need to pay, but that's not a problem. So you get it installed and we are ready. So after you've installed it, we can proceed to the next one. Now we have the workspace. What is a workspace? A workspace is an area on your system that you set aside for all your work. An example of a workspace is, let's say I go to my final video, I go to home. Let me say I go to home. Now this is my folder. I can choose to use in my document. If you open my document, I don't know if you can see a folder called graphics here. That is my workspace for graphics. If you open graphics, you have works. Inside works, you see a group of works that I have done for people. So if you open Roxified, we see a whole lot of designs here. So now this is my workspace. So you always have to create a workspace where you can organize and save all your file in for your Photoshop. Alright, so neatly set up a space or an area on your system where you can save all your design files so that you can easily locate and navigate through your designs.